Wait, which one is mine? I don't even know where.
What am I doing here?
Next to the end. Hello, hello. Are you welcome to eat? Are you ready to eat bugs?
No.
No? It's gonna be fabulous. You're gonna love it.
My boyfriend took off his lunch break to come lunch.
Oh gosh. You can let him eat off of your plate.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, you're Karen?
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Hi, Michelle. Nice to meet you.
Right. Aww. And crickets. The same old, same old.
I have to eat a worm.
Yeah. Oh no. I was making sure there were no spiders.
Crunchy color.
I was like, I opt out if there are spiders.
So how do you do you kill them to cook them? Like how do, or are they?
And these are the bugs that are like raised to be eaten. Raised to be eaten. So they're not like on the ground.
Okay. You're okay with this?
On Capitol. I did this. I've been doing this since I was pregnant.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
My son is 12.
Can't be that bad.
Yeah, it's been a long time. He's 12 now. I tried to get him. He's still okay. He's fine. He's growing. It's fabulous.
I don't think so. I'm not sure. They haven't said anything to me, so I don't think they know I'm here. But I'm not sure if they plan on it.
These are fabulous. And I just bought a new water
that I know, I
bottle. Oh, man.
And I said it was perfect. My favorite color is green.
Oh, is
and I
it?
somehow ended up with a green one. I was like,
Well,
this is
I just
perfect.
got married, and his last name is Blue, so I guess this works out well.
Perfect.
And you can like pop your camera up.
Ooh, good point.
Julian
And
dinosaurs.
Stuff somewhere. Do that very first. That's all their stuff on the table. That's fine. It's fine.
How's everybody feel?
excited.
Hungry.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I've never eaten a bug.
It's not
That you
funny
know
I
of. That you know
It's
of.
not as bad as you think. It's not so bad.
Yeah, pretty good.
My husband
What
came
kind of
last
food
year,
is
he's
it?
like, I have to win.
So I heard that we're having dumplings
We're gonna be.
from this team over here. Dumplings and brisket and banana pudding.
Because he works from home, so he can't always
With
play
bugs.
cookie.
Yes,
Sometimes
but
he
they're
does
rules.
actually
They
have to
can't be
like
chopped
work.
up.
He's like,
Yes.
unfortunately, I can't make it
They
this year,
can't be
but
chopped up. They
he at
can't be
least came
ground
last
up.
year. It was like,
They have to be
that
whole and
was
visible.
interesting.
Good. Yeah, yeah.
How do you put
I
that?
think my wife's going to watch the live stream. That makes it more intimidating. It's like a critique from a get home.
Or the live text updates, you know?
You might try one and then eat around the rest.
There's a lot more of a crowd here last year.
I know. I'm used to like a zillion people with a ton of kids.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
Just easier than mine.
That is also
worse.
probably hard.
Oh my goodness gracious.
We're going to look at the mic right here. You can wave at everybody. All right, everybody, let's get started. Welcome, one and all, to the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences. It is time for the BugFest Critter Cook-Off.
You know of.
Chef teams, are you prepared to make delicious, delectable dishes using insects? Our chef teams look like they're ready. Everybody, let's count them down. 3, 2, 1, cook! All right. Now, as they get the heat going, everybody, welcome to the Museum of Natural Sciences. My name is Chris Smith. I will be one of your hosts for this year's Critter Cook-Off, our exciting food competition where we add a little bit of spice to what you might think of as your normal cooking show because we've added insects into the mix. So we've got a great crowd that's here inside the museum. By show of hands, who has eaten insects in their food before that you know of and consented to? Yes, okay, actually lots of hands going up. That's awesome. hopefully today we're going to also get to taste some really incredible food. In fact, I know that we're going to get to taste some incredible food because we have two amazing chef competitors. But I also want to introduce everybody because new for BugFest this year, I have a co-host for the Critter Cook-Off. That's exciting. Everyone, I want you to meet special guest co-host Emily's Montplaisir. Emily's, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. I'm very excited.
I'm excited you could be here, but give us all a little bit of your background and like why being a part of the Critter Cook-Off, what made you want to sign up for being here at the museum today?
So I am culinarily trained, and I started my PhD in food science at NC State. Go Pack. And I started with bugs actually last year at BugFest, where we did a demo cooking mealworm stir fry.
Ooh, okay. Sounds tasty.
And we will be doing another demo tomorrow at Bug Bites. We'll be doing cricket tacos as well as another mealworm stir fry.
Cricket tacos, mealworm stir fry. That's tomorrow night from
5 to 7.
From 5 to 7 at BugFest. Of course, everybody, BugFest is our annual celebration here at the museum. It's our biggest event of the year. Tens of thousands of people come to downtown Raleigh to do all things bugs. We actually have more than 100 games, crafts, activities, science exhibits, science presentations, and of course, food at Cafe Insecta, where everybody can come downtown and get their fill of bug snacks and treats. In fact, our two chef teams who are competing here in the Critter Cook-Off are also going to be here at Cafe Insecta tomorrow, cooking food all day long. And then from 5 to 7, we host the very special Evening Insectival. At the Evening Insectival, we'll be showing some old, like, campy B-movie insect thrillers, or arthropod thrillers, I guess. The movie's called Tarantulas. They're not actually insects. And Emily's and others from NC State, like Dr. Keith Harris, who's in food science, who's here today, that's awesome, are going to be cooking up some extra special food for the night. I think it's time to meet our chef competitors.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm going to go over here and introduce everyone to Chef Tonga Ramzor, excuse me.
Yes, Ramzor.
Now, let me tell y'all about Chef Tonga. Chef Tonga is here with Ethio-Indie Alkaline and Vegan Cuisine, a food truck that's been in operation for the last 4 years based out of Liberty, North Carolina. Chef Tonga told us that she loves to cook everything vegan and loves traditional African and Indian meals. Chef Tonga finds inspiration by seeing people enjoy the healthy and delicious meals that they prepare. And this will be your first time in the Critter Cook-Off, but not your first time with BugFest, is this right?
First for both.
First for both, my mistake. So how are you finding the challenge of working with insects so far?
Scary at first, but then it became okay, but it's pretty cool. It's not as bad as I thought.
Not as bad as you
So I'm afraid of worms, but I actually touched it and I was like, oh, okay, it's all right. You know, they're not moving on me, so it's okay.
Fantastic stuff. There you have it, everybody. Give it up for Chef Tonga from Ethio-Indie Alkaline and Vegan.
Over here we have Chef Corey Somerville, accompanied by Tasha Somerville. Thank you. They're actually returning to BugFest this year, also competing for the first time in the cook-off. They are the brains behind Soul Bocce, based in they'll also be here tomorrow for Cafe Insecta. They will also be here tomorrow for Cafe Insecta. Soul Bocce is a combination of soul food meets hibachi. Can you tell us what you're cooking up today?
So today I am going to be doing one of our dishes that we serve on the food truck, dumplings. That's going to be the appetizer, and then we're going to offer our signature dish, smoked brisket hibachi, and that comes with a combination of mixed vegetables that comes with that, and then rice. And then for the dessert, we'll be doing our bug nana pudding. So you'll be able to try the bug nana pudding tomorrow at Insect Cafe.
All right, thank you so much.
Now, let me give everybody an idea of what's going on here at the Critter Cook-Off. So, you've just met our two chef team competitors, and I told you that they are charged with making food, delicious food, prepared with bugs. Today, our two chef teams are cooking with crickets, mealworms, and superworms, and they have to prepare 3 dishes, an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert, all of which have to have bugs throughout the dish. So, what we're looking for are food that just doesn't have like a couple of crickets dropped on top that our judges can eat around and not have to actually dig in. We want the food to have a little bit of that taste and flavor that comes from eating the bugs themselves. So our judges, hope y'all are okay with it. No messing around with the bugs. You've got to dive right in there. Our judges will be rating the dishes on a scale of 1 to 5, and they'll be looking for taste, presentation, and creativity and originality when it comes to the food. Now, I would love for everybody to meet our judges. First off, sitting at the far side of the table, farthest from me, everyone, welcome Michelle. Michelle, is it Makanoki?
McConaughey.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So Michelle is the morning anchor for WRAL News, previously reported in Alpena, Michigan, Salisbury, Maryland, and in Fort Myers. We're going to come back to that. Hold on to that, Rachel. She has awards from the Michigan Association of Public Broadcasters and is originally from Long Island, New York.
That's right.
Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina.
Thank you.
Have you ever eaten bugs before?
Not that I know of, no. Maybe a spider when I fall asleep at night, but I don't know. So, no, but no.
We'll put a pin in the spiders when you fall asleep. We'll come back. We're going to talk a lot about some of these bugs. But you do have great family history with food and cooking, it sounds like, as what I was reading.
What's that?
So I was reading that your parents were British and Italian.
Oh, yes, my dad.
And so grew up with like delicious homemade food.
Yeah. My dad's originally from England. My mom is from Queens, New York, so my mom's the Italian. And my dad is the British one, and he grew up eating Welsh cakes and fish and chips and everything you would normally eat in London. And then my mom's the spaghetti and meatballs and the sausage and the homemade mozzarella, so no bugs.
But no bugs.
No.
So an expanded palate, but we're going to take it one step further.
Okay, I'm
today
ready.
at the Critic Cook-Off.
Next up, we have Miss Karen Clark. She is a midday on-air personality at Foxy 107 104. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yay! I see here that you recently got married. Congratulations.
I did get married. I could not get him to come out today, though. I was like, honey, don't you want? He's like, absolutely not. Nope, not doing that with you.
I'm sure we have enough bugs for everyone.
Well, he works downtown, so I'm thinking that, we all pack up whatever we have left over, and I'll just take it to his office.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. He'll get like a private demo.
Oh, right, a private demo, yes.
But then he has to eat the bugs.
Right.
Next up we have Rachel Dunzing. I did it right.
You did it right.
Dunzing. You can find Rachel at 7 p.m. on CBS 17. She is a certified broadcast meteorologist.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be here. Fortunate enough to be here last year as well, so I got to experience that. I came hungry, so I'm ready.
Happy to hear it.
Yeah.
Rachel, I saw the newscast. You shared it on your Instagram page.
I did.
Where the anchors were talking about BugFest, and they were doing a great job of building hype for the event.
Yeah.
And then they got to the Critter Cook-Off in Cafe Insecta when it came to eating insects.
Yeah.
And they seemed lukewarm on the idea, but you were so enthusiastic.
I was really trying to sell them on. So Angela Taylor, she's been here before. She hasn't done the Critter Cook-Off. She might be a great judge next year.
Okay.
So, keep that in mind, Angela, I'm vouching for you. Rod Carter was very not into it. He was like, absolutely not. What are you talking about, bugs in food? I was showing him the pictures. I'm like, what do you mean you don't want a cricket staring out at you from your quesadilla? He's like, you need to walk away. So I did, but I sent him some pictures later. He was not happy.
I also have a great memory of being at WRAL recently, Michelle, and we tried some chocolate chip cookies with crickets on them.
Yeah, the chocolate chirp
The
cookies.
chocolate chirp cookies.
Yeah.
And we were live, but then when the segment ended, anchor Ken Smith comes back,
Yeah.
and he's like, where are those cookies?
Did he know there was a cricket in it? Because this morning he looked at me and he said, I cannot believe you are going to do this because a bug in food? No, thank you.
I wondered what happened to that cookie that he took. He seemed ready for it, but it just sort of went behind the door and vanished.
I don't think
I thought maybe
ever
he left
ate
it on your desk. All right, and everybody, of course, last but not least, let me introduce you to our fourth judge, Dr. Nigel Arms. Yes, excellent. Nigel has the distinction, I believe, of being the only entomologist on today's panel. Okay. Nigel has PhDs in applied entomology, so he's done insect studies, has researched these critters, and done research and worked globally on insects, insecticides, herbicides, and agricultural chemicals in order to better food production and crop harvests worldwide. Nigel's worked in, I wrote it down here because it's been all over the world. I know Singapore, yes?
Based in Singapore for all.
Tell me again, it was Singapore, I guess I didn't write it down, my apologies. So tell us where you've worked, but also because you have some previous experience with eating insects.
Yes. I mean, I've been doing the critter cook-off for a number of years now, so I'm kind of used to eating insects, and I worked a lot in Asia, so you get a lot of exposure to various types of bugs to eat, particularly crickets, mealworms, those kind of things we're having today. So it's going to be exciting. I was kind of a bit disappointed with not having spiders today, seeing as spiders is the theme.
They wouldn't let us bring the spiders down from the special exhibit to use today.
Thank
So
God.
we can't
I'm
do that,
okay with
everybody.
that.
Sorry, we can't. We
No,
can't
thank you.
do it.
Crickets, mealworms, that's okay. I'm pretty sure I draw the line at
hard
spiders.
line at spiders, especially tarantulas. When I saw tarantulas on the web, I was like, listen, if there are going to be tarantulas, y'all need to tell me right now. Tell me right now. This is
We'll
not
be
a
calling
game.
in sick.
Yeah.
I did get an email from Karen checking on that in
But
advance.
they're supposed to taste like crab.
I do not believe you. I love crab. I love seafood. I'm not eating. And maybe because growing up in the 80s, there were all of those scary movies about like the tarantulas that took over the town and spun their webs on everything and killed all these people. And I'm traumatized.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Well, and everybody, I also want to say, Dr. Nigel Arms is here from BASF, which is the lead sponsor for this year's BugFest. Nigel is the Director of Research and Development Operations for BASF and the Site Operations Manager, or Director, for the RTP campus right here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Thanks for being here.
It's great to be here.
Now, it looks like food is getting plated up. I'm going to come over here to Chef Tonga. Tell me a little bit about what you've got going on.
What I have going on is Nigerian dish is called ifuriru and fufu. I have the crickets. This is the pounded yam. That's the fufu part. And this is the ifuriru, which is the Nigerian spinach soup. So what you do is you take the, I encourage you judges to do it. You have to get some wipe your hands afterwards, but take the fufu, pinch it, and then pinch the soup and eat it. And I put crickets on one on each side, and I'm gonna put some at the top as well.
Okay.
Lovely.
So
Excellent.
don't be sparing with the crickets.
Don't be sparing with the crickets.
Thank you. Fantastic. Chef Corey, can you tell us what you got going on?
So these are our dumplings that we serve, but like I said, gave it a little bug twist to it. They'll have a little bit of some of our sauces. Well, we're using mealworms on this one, so hopefully the judges will like it. Being that it's got the bug twist to it, so.
It is a chicken dumpling with a little bit of a teriyaki sauce. garlic and mealworms.
Thank you, thank you. It looks delicious.
Gosh. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
It's happening. It's happening.
That was quick.
It's happening.
Thank you.
Thank you. And so you said this is what you grab and then
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
And then take the with your hand and then grab the spinach.
Okay.
What's
great.
the name of the dish again?
It's equal and
Okay.
All right.
Yes, there will be lots of pictures taken.
All right.
All right.
It's all finger food.
Oh, we have to eat this with our hands?
Yes.
Yes. It's a hand. That's what she was saying. Like you sort of
Take a
pinch it
pinch.
like this,
All right.
and then like
Oh,
grab it
okay.
on top.
Oh my God, no.
Okay, you got this.
I believe in you.
You got this.
I'm in.
We're all gonna do it together in solidarity.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Ready?
You can do it, Michelle. I believe in you. All right.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
You ready? All right. 1, 2, 3, all together. That's really good.
It's good.
How you doing? You have water.
It's a little crunchy.
You have water.
This is very good.
It is very good. I like it.
Do we have to eat the whole thing?
No.
Well, enough to be able to judge.
Yeah.
I could judge it from here.
That'd be easier.
Can you tell us about
Get a chance to dig in there.
There you go.
Can you tell us about the flavors that you guys are experiencing right now?
It's very good, I will
is very
say.
good.
You do see the crickets on top, but it's very, but it's good. It's just extra protein.
Literally antenna sticking up, like,
Yes,
Yeah.
you can see the antennas.
Like, yeah.
or those legs, which, I don't know.
The first little thing I dug into definitely had like 2 crickets on it immediately. I'm like, well, guess I just gotta go with it.
Yeah.
But very good.
Yeah.
I guess we do have utensils now. We could do it. But
All right, judges.
Getting
How are we
a
doing?
Nutty taste from the crickets.
I like the spices.
A little nutty taste from the
Nutty
crickets,
taste.
lots of spices.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what was in the ifu riri.
The Riru has the African seasonings, and it has mushrooms in it, and spinach, and the African seasonings in it, and sauces.
It's very good.
It smells incredible.
Yeah.
It smells amazing in here.
It's just a meal in it.
Folks, what do you think about the smell? Y'all getting a whiff of this stuff off here? Yeah. Who else is looking at their watch like, it is lunchtime, by the way? don't know
I
how long
feel
we can
like-
hang before we get a bite.
I would like to suggest, moving forward, I should have suggested this like 10 years ago, but moving forward, I think we should be able to wash this down with wine versus
yes.
water.
I'll come back, Chris. I'll
Maybe
come
have
back for that.
somebody do a wine pairing, crickets and a Shiraz
Yes.
or
Yes.
something like that.
We did
And
have
then
a
like
competitor
end
one
it with
year
like a
that
little
did,
bug
little
charcuterie.
Yes.
Listen, we're giving you ideas.
A bug
You're
cooterie
welcome.
board. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there was one group that did a cocktail thing, didn't they, one year?
Yeah, one year we did get specialty cocktails with our food. Yeah. I have to figure out how that works with this being like a state museum, but I think we could start to work it out.
You have
Do
connections.
like a field trip or
It's
something.
We can make it work.
It's fine. It'll be local wine. It'll be great. Yeah.
I'm taking notes. I'm gonna write that down.
We have the other one?
And now we have Soul Bachi coming in with their chicken dumplings.
Oh, I see him on top.
Wait, hold on. Let me get the video. Okay, and what is this?
It's chicken dumplings with mealworms.
Chicken
And-
dumplings and mealworms.
Yep, and you got a little jalapeno in there for spice if you like the spice.
Nice.
A chicken dumpling with mealworms. A little bit of you said a pickled jalapeno. And then tell me what the sauce is.
It's a yum yum sauce, so everybody knows there's white sauce, and then there's a Thai chili sauce also.
Oh, I don't.
Can she
You only
get
have
a
a
fork?
spoon.
Yes.
I can use a spoon. It's not a big deal.
How are we doing with these dumplings?
Very good.
It's good.
Thank you so much.
I think we need more mealworms, though. Yeah.
More mealworms for Nigel.
Yeah.
Very good though.
You're good.
The dumplings look
Dumplings.
perfect, by the way. They look like they've got that really nice sear on them. And then they've even got those really good pleats. Like they did a very expert level assembly on the solbachi dumplings.
It's
Again,
actually really good.
smells incredible in here.
I like that. That's good.
Right? I'm like, okay, do the co-hosts and hosts, do we get plates? Can we get plates? In just a moment, folks, if you're here inside of the Museum of Natural Sciences, we're going to put some food out, and everybody can come around right here behind the cameras. You'll be able to grab a plate and a little scoop. That way you can taste some of the crickets and mealworm dishes that are coming up. We're going to do that in just a moment.
Bring them over so we can have some of your.
Michelle, you got your first taste of some gourmet insects.
It was good.
Yes!
Yeah.
We did it!
It's good. I might have swallowed it whole. I might have not chewed it, but it was good.
It counts. It absolutely counts.
I might go back and work with you over.
Now, that was, of course, our appetizer dish. Our chef teams are now getting their entrees going. Looks like we've got some rice going down from solbachi. Chef Tonga's got a plate down and some oil getting heated up, and coming over with lots of containers. I see peppers and mushrooms. Ooh, one of my personal favorites, okra. Love some good fresh okra. But I'm curious, I gotta know, what are we working on, Chef Tonga?
This is going to be my signature burger, and it's going to have mushrooms and onions on it, and the mozzarella cheese, and then I'm going to cook the sautéed onions, okra, mushrooms, and jollof rice is going to be on the side.
Now, where are the bugs going in this dish?
It's going to be on top of the rice and the burger.
Getting bugs on top of everything. Big piles of bugs on top of everything. How about solbachi? How are y'all doing over there?
Looks like we have a lot of fresh vegetables over here as well, and some fabulous looking sauces. Chef Corey, can you tell us what's going on?
Yep, so I'm working on the rice right now. That's going to be part of the main dish, as you guys know. We have our sauces over here. We have a yum yum sauce, and we have a homemade ginger sauce that we use. We're going for it. Going to add the bugs. We got, as you say, the fresh vegetables. We got a little bit of broccoli, red peppers, yellow peppers, mushrooms, well, shiitake mushrooms, and onions.
Good job.
So,
Smoked brisket. And the smoked brisket.
Oh, yeah. More of the.
So the smoked brisket goes in the rice as well? With the rice. So no bugs in the brisket? I got a maybe.
But I don't know how you spell it. Hold down.
Oh, there they are. They're hiding.
They're good though.
That's right. I just found my mealworms. They were hiding. That's good.
All right. Are you eating? After? I can smell it. Oh, you're not. I feel like you're not getting the full experience.
Yeah, you need to try it.
I will absolutely try. We have plenty of leftovers. There's plenty. She's like, no, that's for you. That's for you. I don't want to take anything from you.
All right. I will say, for anybody who's watching online and for those joining us here inside, if you're going to taste some of the food that's been cooked with insects, we have warning signs that are out, but if you have a shellfish allergy, we advise, and the UN advises, that you not eat insects, or at least do so under close supervision of a medical professional maybe. Only because things like shrimp, prawns, lobster, crab are all in the same large group of animals that we call arthropods. Arthropods also includes spiders and ants and all of the insects. They're all in the same group, so while insects aren't shellfish, they're related. Be cautious.
It's with the jollof rice and the mushrooms and okra and the red peppers and red onions and the African seasonings. It's delicious.
Carrot, right?
Fantastic stuff.
I feel like Karen was telling me a couple of years ago they actually did something where the secret bug was crawfish, or where I grew up, crawdads, which that would not be terrible to
It
me.
was my favorite year by far.
Yeah.
By far. I was like, give me all the crawdads, the mud bugs, the whatever you
Whatever
want to
you
call
call
it. Bring them on.
Because I feel like that's a little more normal than a cricket.
Right, but then still technically a bug.
True.
Now,
True.
Nigel and I agreed that the dragonfly year was one of the most difficult years because of the texture of the wings and then getting the legs and...
Yeah, and there's really no meat on it. It's just
Yeah,
this like
it's-
skinny body.
Yeah,
and then the
it's like a
wings
little
are stuck in your
stick
teeth.
body and then lots of
Yeah.
legs and stuff.
Yeah, that would be a weird texture.
Yeah, it is a
That
weird
would be
texture.
Certainly understand the dragonflies. Yeah, that I was here that year too, saw that going on, and they seemed a
Right.
little bit difficult. I think the year that was most challenging for some of the judges was when we did Asian June beetles.
Oh, I must have skipped that.
So imagine a June bug. We know June bugs around here, right? And they're, what, about this big?
Oh, God.
Max?
I didn't see.
The species that we got from Thailand were this big.
Oh, no.
And they came dried and salted. Great for like filling, putting something inside of. But the ways that of course, our chefs that year, very few chefs I think in America would have a lot of experience using dried, salted Asian June beetles in their dishes. And so they found them challenging to cook, and then our judges found them challenging to eat.
It sounds like that scene from Indiana Jones, that dinner scene where they were like opening the beetles and licking the inside. No thank you.
Well, I read up about the June beetles before we ate them, and they were supposed to be crispy and taste like bacon.
Bacon?
But ours are kind of rubbery, and they tasted like mushrooms or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't quite work. But one of the fascinating things, and one of the reasons I enjoy the Critter Cook-Off is, right, we have awesome chefs who come in, and they really do transform bugs, right? We go from crickets and mealworms, things that you might see under a log, or you flip a rock and you're like, oh, wow, cool. Well, I do that, maybe. Some people don't do that with bugs, but I do that when I find bugs. Yeah. But then here we get them just with spices, and even folks who might think that eating bugs is not for them, when presented on a plate of gourmet rice and spices, and then alongside other foods like chicken, for example, they sort of take on a whole other identity versus what we know them as. And I only say that because scientists actually tell us that that's probably going to be the key to advancing insects as sustainable sources of food as the global population approaches like 9 billion, 10 billion people. Insects are going to become parts of the diet of people who might not already be eating them. They're better for you. They're better for the environment. And when prepared right, they're delicious as well.
Yeah, and Chris, as you know, like we're all eating bugs. They're always stealth in our food. They're always there. Like you eat spinach, even though it gets washed, there are still aphids and things in there.
Thank you, Nigel.
I remember one statistic: if you drink orange juice, an 8-ounce portion of orange juice will have like 19 fruit flies in it, or can have 19 fruit flies in it.
Interesting.
There's an FDA limit on the amount of insects you can have in food. So, so we're always eating them, we just don't know.
So do you think that, and have you seen in other countries, people walking around eating like bags of bugs like we would eat chips or nuts? Is that a thing?
Oh yeah, particularly in Southeast Asia, like we talk about spiders, tarantulas, they have like the fried,
And people just eat
roasted tarantula. They eat like a snack.
Oh.
You get like scorpions on skewers.
Yeah,
so
I've
you can
seen
walk around
that.
the street
I've seen
eating
that.
scorpions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so common in other parts of the world. And so when we bring it here to America, we try something like this. It seems so foreign, but
Yeah.
again, it's happening everywhere.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. And it's really no different from eating prawn, shrimp, crab. It's just culturally what you're used to.
It's true. You just think of something that's, hopping outside of your house, and you don't necessarily think of putting that in your food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So some insects, when you cook them up, they actually do kind of have like a popcorny flavor, specifically crickets. So it's Thank you. Specifically, crickets do really have that popcorny texture when you cook them up because best practice, food safety, you should probably bake them first, tossing them in whatever seasonings available and making sure that they're spread out thin on a baking sheet, and then you dry them up. They really do sound like popcorn.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
I'm not sure we'll be reaching for a bucket of popcorn next time, or a bucket of crickets next time I go to the movies, but I'll think about it now.
She was like, in public?
In public. In my house, it's a different story.
Some more incredible smells.
I wish
coming
y'all
from
at
over
home
here.
who are watching the live stream could smell how good this food smells. Oh my gosh.
I have to say, too, for this year, I so much appreciate that both of our competitors come from food trucks, because I feel like there could be this perception like food truck food is street food, or it's not high level, it's not gourmet. But in fact, Tasha just looked up like, don't say it. But in fact, what we've got here is like incredible 3-star Michelin food. Like the meat that's gone down in here, what have we got going here?
So this is smoked brisket, and that's what we use in our brisket hibachi on the truck. So definitely is a unique taste, flavor. For this, it takes about 18 hours to smoke it. So it's a slow smoke, and then I finish it off on the griddle on the truck or right here in the pan. I add just a little bit of garlic and then the sauces on it to give it its final finish. So that's what we have.
Brisket and bugs is what you're saying.
Yeah, it goes together.
And
right?
and you spent 18 hours smoking this to mix it with insects.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It was a natural thing to do, you know.
A natural thing to do. I love it. I do love brisket.
I think that is amazing. Some of the best food you can find is right here inside the Museum of Natural Sciences today.
Oh my gosh.
I love that the viewers we have here in the museum are very adventurous and actually trying some of this food. I'm so proud of them.
So many
I
people
love
are
that.
going up to get some.
Oh yeah. I mean, why waste it?
Hey folks. So if you're out there and you've tried some of the food, what do you think so far? I'm getting thumbs up. Everybody's like, yes, delicious, awesome stuff. It's mostly gone now, so if you didn't get some, you better hurry. We're almost out of our appetizers. Excellent stuff. I'm gonna come. Somebody who tried some of the food, come on over. Somebody, where's somebody who had a bite? You tried some of the food? Yeah, come on in here. Come on in here and join us. So I know we've got our judges. They provided expert opinions, but we're going to the street now. We're going to the street for an opinion. So tell us your name.
My name is Jackson.
Hi, Jackson. Welcome to the museum. What brought you into the Museum of Natural Sciences today?
We're just here going to a Leonard Skinner concert, and we decided to check it out. It's really fun.
Awesome. Okay. Going to a show and the Science Museum. Cultured. Teasing, of course. So you tried some of the food. What did you think?
I think it's pretty good. It has like flavor, but it's very like low. Like it's the texture that makes you know it's a bug.
You get some crunch, and the bugs do a really good job of holding a lot of the spices. So you get like the richness of the spice and the texture of the bugs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Fantastic stuff. So Jackson, are y'all from the Raleigh area, or just coming from out of town?
Close to the Outer Banks.
Oh, fantastic! Excellent. So you've come in, taken in a show last night, tonight.
Yes, tonight.
I want to see Leonard Skinner, and ZZ Top, and then checking out the Museum of Natural Sciences. Well, I mean, you're doing the best things that there are to do in Raleigh, which is be at the Museum of Natural Sciences and then take in some of the culture and entertainment. Jackson, thanks for hanging out with us today. Big round of applause for Jackson. Excellent stuff. Ooh, the hibachi brisket is looking good. Some sauce is going down. Okay, what's the sauce, or is it a secret?
It's a secret. I can't tell you that. It's G14 classified.
Classified sauce is going down. Okay.
We were watching, we saw them adding
burgers?
the bugs into the brisket.
Yeah, like 3 spoonfuls.
Yeah, it was a lot of bugs. You might want to add a little bit more garlic to that so we can...
Karen said more bugs.
No, that's not what I said.
I heard more bugs.
We need more bugs. It needs more texture, more bugs.
Chef Tonga, can you remind us what is in these
She
burgers?
says it's in the rice, the brisket,
Burgers
and the
are
vegetables.
vegan burgers. It has
With a
butternut
smile.
squash in
She
it.
said it with a
has beets.
smile.
It has carrots. It has onions, peppers, pea protein, all the good seasonings, things like that. It's delicious.
Smells incredible.
It's all good.
Now, of course, today we're celebrating, it's the Critter Cook-Off. We've got our chef teams competing. Tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. we'll be celebrating BugFest here at the Museum of Natural Sciences, sponsored by BASF. And folks, we've got a full day's worth of incredible bug stuff for you to do. We're going to fill both buildings of the museum full of bugs and bug activities. We're going to fill the entire Bicentennial Plaza in front of the museum up, and then both streets, Jones Street and Eaton Street on either side, are going to be closed down with even more exhibitors, games, crafts, activities, and things for you to do. So don't skip on BugFest. It's our biggest event of the year, the one that we put so much effort into, and we have so many, again, more than 100 community partners who are coming into the museum in order to share their love of bugs and science with all of you. So I hope that you'll come and check us out tomorrow beginning at 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lots of cool stuff going on. Like, we're showing a movie tomorrow night, Tarantula. We've got chefs and scientists from NC State, including Emily's, who's going to be here preparing food. Tell me again about the food that you and Dr. Keith Harris are going to be working on.
So tomorrow we're going to be working on cricket tacos, those popcorny crickets, as well as superworm stir-fried rice.
Sounds delicious. I'm so excited.
Now, I don't see our hosts partaking in any of these festivities. Why are you staring at me like that? What? Are you?
I feel attacked.
Yeah, you should. I mean, I feel to properly host the event, you need to just jump in there.
So you're asking me why I haven't had any bugs yet?
Yes.
Serve me up. We're not gonna. I won't stand to have my credentials as a science educator and communicator
They're being questioned
inside the Museum of Natural Sciences. Actually, in fact, so we had some media. We got there's lots of news media here today. Hi, welcome. Thanks, y'all are here. But we've also had others coming in and doing interviews and segments this morning. And one crew that came in was like, "Can we eat bugs on camera?" Well, before 11 o'clock, we don't have any bugs. So last night, I stayed up extra late making chocolate chirp cookies. Just like the ones that we shared on camera with Michelle. I had to make some more to bring in for another camera to come in so that everybody would have some. And apparently, I heard that they went back to the station afterwards. So I guess I make good cookies, but it might just be the crickets. I'm not going to put my cookies up against our fabulous chefs, though. Because I don't want to hear how bad they really are. Ooh, fantastic. Oh my gosh. Okay. So tell me what I've got here, and then we'll plate it up for the judges.
Okay. This is our hibachi fried rice. It has garlic and sesame. It has the mealworms, and then we have the smoked brisket with the mealworms and garlic and G14 classified sauce. We serve it with our white sauce and then a house-made ginger sauce that's really good with the brisket.
Is it good with the worms, though? Yeah.
Absolutely. Maybe.
She speaks with confidence.
Yes. All right, let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, try. Let's see.
Wait. It doesn't count if it's not on video.
Yeah.
And be honest.
Let me get All right, so there's.
Yeah, you gonna feed us?
I'm right now. Here it comes. I want to make sure that I get the bugs. There we go. Karen, you approve? Plenty of bugs on that bite?
Yeah, that works. Go ahead.
All right, thank
Let's
you.
see it happen. Oh, it happened. He did it.
For real? Is that real food? Oh my God. That's
Okay. All right.
So
we
can
no
you-
longer
you
question
taste-
your credentials.
So now that our expectations are high,
Yeah.
I'm not judging, but I would give you a trophy for that one bite right there.
So Chris, did you taste the mealworm? Did you taste the mealworms?
Yeah, it's like there's just this bit of crunch, just a little bit of texture that's added to it. That's not overpowering of the texture of like the meat, which is succulent. That's delicious. And then within the rice, I don't know, it's almost like a bigger grain of rice, but kind of like just a lovely fried rice with that nice sort of crunchiness that you get from the hibachi style. Yeah, and just a little bit of the chew there. That's, okay. Did you get some? Did you get some, Elise?
This is, I don't have words, okay? Speechless, and I usually talk a lot. This is the best brisket I've had in a very long time. The sauces are incredible. I will say, thank you, Chef Corey. I will say, the mealworms don't bother me. But thank you so much.
They're supposed to enhance and not be,
oh my gosh,
the star.
It's huge.
Great job. Oh wow, these burgers look incredible.
This is my signature burger. It's I call it shrooms and onion burger, which is mushrooms and onion burger with mozzarella sauce. My signature Amir sauce, which is a little spicy, but it's got a sweetness to it. It's got a little kick to it. And jollof rice and sauteed mushrooms and okra, red peppers, and onions.
it smells delicious.
It's delicious.
Really good.
So Chef Tonga, join me here. Tell us again, we'll use this one too. Tell us again what you've got going.
This is my shrooms and onion burger. It has the sauteed mushrooms on it with the mozzarella cheese, my signature Amir sauce, which is a little spicy, but it has a little sweet to it. And we have the jollof rice with the sauteed okra, mushrooms, red peppers, and onions.
It smells awesome.
Great.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So we tuck in.
Bon appetit.
Oh my gosh,
Oh, you found
Doesn't
some?
this look great?
That looks incredible.
don't lift
Love
it
it.
up.
Nigel, he's like, all right, where's the bugs?
Yeah.
Don't
Where's the bugs? Right. Because you've got your three
Michelle,
categories
just
to judge on: taste, presentation, creativity.
I think you got all the bugs. I can't find my bug.
Michelle's got a very good amount of bugs.
Is she?
And they're looking her right in the face.
Okay.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Michelle.
Yeah! Big round of applause for our judge, Michelle.
She did it.
You did it. That's crunchy.
It's crunchy.
Oh, that's good. The spices are really nice. Really good.
They do smell incredible.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
That is so good.
That is so good.
Very good.
It's crunchy but delicious.
The funny thing is there's a bug flying around
I
over
was
here.
wondering if the crickets on the burger gave it a crunch.
Yep, that's it.
Is that a portobello? Is that a portobello mushroom?
No, it's the white ones. I just sauteed it and put the Ethiopian seasoning on it. It gives it that portobello taste.
So good.
Thank you.
Smart. That's clever. It's the right seasoning mix, and you don't have to pay the portobello price.
I guess I should get
Cooking tip from Chef Tonga, right here at the Museum of Natural Sciences. This African spice blend is killer. I keep walking over here and smelling it. That's amazing.
The jollof is
Yeah.
Really good.
They're so good.
We've got a favorite over there. My favorite part of watching the judges is they get the plate of food and everybody's eyes get real big, and then they all pull out their phones, they take a picture of it, because you got to do it for the gram. and then they dig in, and then the eyes get even bigger. Just like, wow, this is incredible stuff.
No, this is really good. The funny thing is there was a bug flying around, and as I'm eating bugs, I'm like, no, get away from my food. This doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
No bugs in the bugs. That was awesome.
Let's judge. So good.
And so our judges and our chefs in this case, we could all consider them now, they're professional entomophagists. Entomophagy being eating insects, eating arthropods, eating bugs, entomophagy. It's interesting when we talk about it, like we've kind of been doing today, because it seems that Europe, the US, and Canada are actually like some of the only countries in the world that don't eat insects as a part of the like regular everyday thing. Karen, you were talking about like, do people just eat them like chips? And it's like, yeah, in Mexico they have grasshoppers that on street corners you can get bags of them. They're dusted in chili and lime, and people just pick up a bag and they're just popping them like chips on the regular, just all the time.
Well, if you add chili or lime to anything, it's going to be good. You know?
Chili and right, like classic flavor combinations, but also on something that's got that's very high in protein. Like something like per 100 grams of crickets, you get something like 28 grams of protein, or about 13 grams of protein. If you're going for things like caterpillars, which are popular across in places in Africa like Zimbabwe, they have a massive caterpillar called a mopane, called them mopane worms. And 100 grams of mopane worms, 28 grams of protein.
Who needs eggs?
So like eggs, other kinds of meat sources, yeah, you can get so much more from insects than you can from what we consider the traditional sources of protein. But also sources of vitamins B1, B3, iron.
And then you have the rice with the mealworms, and then you have the mixed vegetables, which is broccoli, zucchini, onions, and bell peppers, and mushrooms.
All right, so we have our second appetizers down for our judges. Let's get Chef Corey and Chef Tasha to tell us about what they're served up.
All right, we're going to dig in.
Oh, so what we've served the judges is our signature brisket hibachi. Like I said, the brisket is smoked for about 18 to 20 hours, depending on the size of the brisket. Each brisket cooks differently. The rice is rice that we serve on the truck. A little twist with the mealworms in there. We season it with our, I can't say our seasons that we put on it. In the vegetables, you have zucchini, onions, shiitake mushrooms, and peppers. So together, I think it pairs well together. And then we have our homemade ginger sauce and then the yum yum sauce. The ginger pairs really well with the brisket, so that's why we give you the ginger.
Are you serious? That
right. Hope you enjoy it.
Amazing. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so good.
How you doing, Michelle?
I'm okay.
So tender.
So
really good.
I'm seeing a lot of nods, a lot of happiness.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Very, very tender. It's really nice.
That's crazy.
I did try the brisket.
That's it right there.
Listen, that's so good.
This might be a totally clean plate. It's so good.
I thought I was safe.
I'm so sorry. I'm in the background of your video just like, oh my god. I'm gonna have to break out the fork eventually. Oh, look at all that. Oh my those mealworms in there.
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
Thank you, Uncle.
They really complement the rice, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Really nice.
Oh yeah.
What the word?
Yeah.
They compliment the rice.
Yeah. So instead of having fried onions, you can have fried mealworms.
Yeah.
Michelle's like, yeah, I'm totally
I'll
gonna
just
do
think
that.
of it that way when I eat it.
sauce.
No, I forgot to eat the
Those are right there.
There's like happy meals going on. Keep trying to like put the bugs on the brisket. Trying to get the full experience, you know?
It's hard to see them.
Yeah.
They kind of blend in.
Where's mine? Start judging here.
You said the ginger sauce was really good? Really good. Oh yeah, that is good. It's good. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be judging, not just eating. Come on, Rachel. Do your job.
I'm supposed to be judging, not just eating.
All right. Well, it looks like our dessert courses are getting ready. Judges, how did you feel about your appetizers and entrees so far?
So good.
Really good. Excellent.
Thumbs up from everybody. Sounds like it's going to be a tough competition.
Yes. There's a worm in my tooth.
Which kind of worm? Was it the mealworm or was it the super worm?
I think it's a mealworm.
Mealworm.
It was a mealworm. The smaller ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we've seen a superworm yet. We're still waiting for that.
Maybe we didn't have super. Maybe it was just the crickets and mealworms today. Because you're right, I haven't seen the superworms either. But of course today, our competitors are vying for a one-of-a-kind prize, a prize they can only get by winning the BugFest Critter Cook-Off. This year's trophy was actually built and constructed and painted here at the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences by the folks who run the Visual World Investigate Lab on the 3rd floor of the Nature Research Center. You can see for BugFest this year, the theme, arthropod, is spiders. So they have made an awesome 3D printed trophy with a 3D printed spider web and spiders. They put the finishing touches on it just this morning. It's hot off the printers. In case anybody wants to get a good look at it.
No, that's great. It's really
It's
nice.
quite the trophy to display like on the front dash of the food truck, right? They can wire it into the grill on the front and drive down the road. BugFest Critter Cook-Off 2023 champion.
Are these edible?
Are they edible?
Are they edible?
They might be eatable, but they might not be edible.
It's a good distinction.
That's really nice.
I got video of it earlier. It's cool.
Oh, that's wonderful. It's amazing what you can do with 3D printers now. When my husband and I got married, he actually 3D printed a headpiece for my veil, and he put pearls from his grandmother's pearl necklace in there.
Oh, wow.
So it's amazing what you can do with 3D printing. This is just awesome.
You know, here at the museum, we're all about creating opportunities for people to engage with science and as many hands-on opportunities as we can. So we have several, we do big events like BugFest where people can get really up close to science and technology, engineering, mathematics, nature, conservation, and more. But also on a daily basis, we have spaces open in the museum where anybody can come in, sit down at a lab bench, use the actual tools of science, use 3D printers, build robots, extract DNA, and learn and by doing any of the really cool stuff that's out there that scientists do every single day.
This is awesome.
Didn't they do a fantastic job? We have such talented, and it's gorgeous because it's an amazing piece of art as a trophy. But it was also made by, the technology specialists here at the museum. So they're experts on 3D design, 3D printing, and how to use the technology, as well as creating just something that's beautiful.
The cool thing is that whoever wins that, and they put it on the front of their food truck, people are going to be like, that's the truck I want to go to. The one with the spider trophy on it. Yeah. You have to put it in the window, like right there where they place their order. They're
Make sure it's front and center.
I'm helping you. I'm doing marketing for you right now, real time.
Yes. Dessert spoons.
So you're going to have to convince people it's a vegan spider.
So Tasha, did I hear something about candied mealworms?
I'm so sorry.
I got. We're going to.
Caught Tasha mid-bite, was
Caught
like
her
digging into the
mid-bite.
crickets.
The candied mealworms I tossed with brown sugar and cinnamon and roasted them in the oven, so they are kind of reminiscent of a candied pecan, and those are on top.
That sounds delicious. I would eat that like popcorn.
And it's the legs and everything. The mealworms are a
think so,
lot
yeah.
easier than the super.
They are. They're a lot easier.
Super ones are better.
Oh yes. Dessert.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Candied mealworms. Okay. And tell me what we have here.
That is our banana pudding. It is a cream cheese base with whipped cream and banana custard. We have a combination of crust speculoos and butter cookies, a caramel drizzle, and those are the candied mealworms on top.
Candied.
With brown sugar and cinnamon and roasted in the oven.
Nice.
All right.
Dig in.
Thank you.
Here we go.
I know you're
All right, I'm going to make you do it again for the cameras. Tell us about your third and final course for the judges.
So that is our banana pudding.
Mine as well.
The pudding is a cream cheese base with a banana custard with the whipped cream.
You cannot tell.
And then we have
Not at all.
crushed speculoos and butter cookies in between the layers with a caramel drizzle. And then I candied the mealworms with brown sugar and cinnamon, a little bit of vanilla, and roasted them in the oven. So they're kind of reminiscent of a candied pecan. So I hope they enjoy it.
Wow.
I don't mind the candied mealworms.
They're good, right?
Those are actually really
Excellent.
They're good.
You would not know they're mealworms.
Say that again.
You would not know that they're mealworms. You can't tell.
Good.
Now, did you all actually, you've eaten these?
Do I eat them?
No, have you, after you made them, did you eat them?
I ate them after I made them, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Just
And
wondering.
they were good.
Only candied.
I appreciate that Karen is making sure that everybody's eating the bugs.
Listen,
I gotta do this.
Nobody skips out on the bugs.
I was a journalism major. I'm here to do my due diligence, okay? I got to make sure all bases are covered.
Got to get it done.
This is so good.
Live bug on my cup.
Oh, nice.
Sir, do you want to die?
Yeah.
Your friends are dead.
You know, in our family, you can't have a family event without banana pudding.
Amen.
It's unheard of.
Amen.
So are we part of your family now?
Sure.
I was a little hesitant, but that's okay.
You're
All right,
part
you
of the
don't know me, it's
Soul Bachi family.
Oh, I love that. Wonderful.
That is actually
So good.
Did you ask, does that mean that they'll share their recipes?
Ooh.
If we're part of the family now, we can.
Okay, I can tell on her face that
G14
we're not that
classified.
close. I'm not
Bug
that
nano.
kind. I'm like the family that's just kind of like, you know, I'm passing through. Oh, I'm gonna say hi. Yes, come on in. We'll feed you and then push you out the door.
Right.
That's fine.
We already know because the sauce is secret. They're not sharing
Oh,
recipes.
they're absolutely
No.
not
They're not
sharing
sharing
recipes.
It's like when Grandma has her banana pudding recipe, and Grandma, what's in it? You know, some love and some this and some that.
A little bit of
And
this
you don't
and-
find out until you're an adult.
Yeah.
What's in there?
There you go.
Michelle? Yes?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Well, 5 out of 5, because that's our
5
scale.
out of 5.
So do you think you'll convince your grandmother to put candied mealworms in the future on a banana pudding?
No, she would throw it out and say, your house is dirty, you have bugs.
But maybe next time,
Next
when Sobachi's making the banana pudding. No, probably not. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, or don't tell us. Say it's like a secret sauce and just sprinkle them on.
I don't want to get in trouble.
I feel you. I feel you.
Like, very good.
Consensual bugs on the food, yeah, for sure.
One of the videos to my son.
All right, things are winding down here at the Critter Cook-Off. We've got one more dessert that's getting plated now by Chef Tonga with ETO Indy. While that's happening, Chef Corey, Chef Tasha, tell me a little bit about Soulbachi and what brought you to operating a food truck.
Well,
because Corey wanted a griddle. And he said, if I get this griddle, I'll make breakfast and I'll do hibachi and all the things. So got it for Father's Day. And he started doing hibachi. And then we started having, was it hibachi? Hibachi Saturdays, and family and friends would come over, and someone said, hey, you should sell this. And we started selling plates. And then one thing led to another, and now we're on our second truck.
Love that.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
Congratulations.
So impressive. I love that story. I love the way that like one compliment at the right time in your life just totally sends you off on a new and awesome direction.
And COVID helped. You know, nobody was going out to restaurants. So.
Food trucks were a lifeline, absolutely. That's incredible stuff.
We want the 411 on the other dessert.
Chef Tonga, can you tell us about the dessert you're cooking up right now?
Right now, I made a butternut squash and sweet potato brownie with teff flour. Teff flour is native of my country, Ethiopia. And I am taking some apples and frying them in agave and organic cinnamon.
Oh my gosh, that sounds delicious.
And how are you going to incorporate bugs into the dish?
I took some bugs and I put the cinnamon and agave on top of it and baked it for about 3 hours, and that's going to go on top.
Nice. I can smell the cinnamon now. It's like coming over here. After making the wine suggestion, I have one more suggestion.
Please.
I think that we should have like a critter cook-off that's all desserts.
All dessert. Yeah.
An all dessert critter cook-off.
So what I'm hearing is that we've got the BugFest Critter Cook-Off.
Yes.
We've got this show, but we need spin-off shows.
Yes, spin-offs.
So we need wine and bugs.
Yes.
We need sugar and bugs.
Yes. It's kind of like Real Housewives, how the housewives like get their own different shows. It's kind of like that.
Exactly. And then we could get people who make bugs out of sugar, like sculpture bugs.
Yes.
But that are
See
edible.
it now. You see it.
We could do Bugs Is It Cake?
Yes.
We could, listen, I feel like we could take the Critter Cook-Off in so many incredible directions.
Yeah.
As soon as the writer's strike is over, we're calling.
As soon as it's over, call us back. I'd love to see it. Ice sculptures shaped like bugs, as decor.
And
at our
secretly,
wine and
right,
bug
like
event.
we're serving up great and tasty stuff, and people are like, wow, that's incredible and so cool, it's interesting. Also, there's like there's science and there's nature and there's just awesome food.
Yes.
And then we save the world.
We save the world.
Absolutely.
You see it.
That's what we're about here at the Museum of Natural Sciences. I think we could do it. Of course, I'll need a fabulous panel of judges to sit in.
I think we're all in.
Who have expert palates for
Michelle's even in on the
this
sugar
kind of
part.
food.
Right?
I am, yes. I would 100% come back for a sugar bug fest, yes.
Sugar Bug Fest. We're about the Bug Fest event, folks. Take notes. Write that down. We're going to do Sugar Bug Fest next year. All right, judges. The last of the desserts is headed your way.
Nice.
And then it will be time to finalize your judging.
Smells so good.
And we will prepare to award today's trophy.
Wow.
Gosh, it smells so good.
That's wonderful.
All right, judges.
Can we get a recap one more time on everything?
I think Chef Tonga would, but she's diving into the solbachi cookies.
She's eating the cookies. She can't focus on the. What? Can you give us a recap on what this is after you swallow your cookie?
That cookie.
I know the cookie is amazing. Yeah.
I wish I could eat the banana pudding too. The brownie is a butternut squash and sweet potato brownie with teff flour. Teff flour is from my country, Ethiopia. And I mix it, there's no egg or anything like that in it. Mix it together with water and a little bit of vegan butter. Cooked it come out perfect. And then the toppings is the fried apples. It's a certain way that you have to fix the fried apple to make them come out tasting like that. You got to use the organic cinnamon and special Ethiopian seasoning is a secret. And then you saute it, you know, cook it slowly. That's what's on top. And then I took the crickets and the mealworms. They're mixed. You can't hardly see them, they're little ones. I took them and put it in the same sauce that I have here and cooked it on 200 in the oven for about 3 or 4 hours. And it makes it kind of candied like you did yours, candied. But it's easy.
Nice.
All right.
I'll
Again,
keep
smells
note of that
incredible.
when I'm making this at home.
Cheers, judges.
Okay.
Chef Tonga, while they're diving into your dessert, I asked this of our Sobachi team, but tell me a little bit about your history with cooking, what brought you to doing Ethio-Indi, alkaline and vegan.
I promise you can have your cookie after.
That brownie is good. You can taste the sweet potato in the
Tell me
brownie.
again, what's your question, honey?
Tell me what brought you to operating the food truck, how you came to doing the Ethio-Indi alkaline and
Actually,
vegan.
it was my brother. We went from engineering to education to entrepreneurship. We both went to school for chemical engineering. He went to school to be a superintendent after he worked as at Procter & Gamble for 10 years. He owns Hickory Tree Turkey Barbecue in Greensboro. So he did that, and then because of the school system, long story, whatever, he went and got his own business, which was the Hickory Tree Turkey Barbecue. And he's like, sis, I have a truck. And I was in Florida at the time. He said, I got a truck, and I got a trailer. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. He said, why don't you do it? You know, he's trying to get me to come back to North Carolina. So I decided, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I stopped teaching, and I bought me a trailer, came back to North Carolina, and I was like, well, mine has to be vegan, because I'm vegan. So he told me, he's like, you have to work on my truck so you can learn how to do it. I was like, oh, it's just cooking, brother, it's no big deal. He's like, no, this is hard work. I was like, yeah, but it's just cooking. Little did I know, it is not just cooking. It is a lot of work, it's a lot of preparation. Y'all know that, right, Corin? Once I worked with him and I started doing it, but I started in the pandemic, which was extremely hard, but I made it. So I wanted to show people that eating vegan food is not nasty. It's not cardboard. It's not bland. It is delicious. You just got to know how to cook it. Excellent. And it's regular food. I could fry okra, fried mushrooms, pakoras. I mean, that's regular food that we eat. It's just that my burger and my hot dogs are vegan.
I love in the brownie, it tastes like a brownie, but it's like you can get the sweet potato on the back end of it. It's like comes through with the chocolate. That is a good combination.
And with the
It's
burger,
super
I would have
rich.
never known that it wasn't a burger.
Thank you.
It's very
Thank
good.
you.
It's very good.
I think that was Cora's favorite. Is that the shrooms and onion one your favorite? Yeah. And that's how I even got here. It was through Corey.
Awesome.
It was through Corey.
Thank you so much. All right, our judges are finalizing their scores. Judges, you'll help me out if you go ahead and tally up all of your scores and then drop the totals down there into the bottom. And then Emily's and I will we'll do a little bit more math here in the Science Museum, and we'll figure out.
You didn't tell us we were going to have to do math when we signed up for this.
It's a 5, 10, 15, 20 across.
Okay.
I'm imagining it's all 5s for every single dish across every category. Remember, our judges are going off of taste, presentation, and creativity, originality, how they used and incorporated the bugs into the dish. They could score them on 1 to 5, 1 being a send it back, 5 being like, if I don't have more of this right now, I'm gonna hurt somebody. Bring me more food. We'll find out in just a moment who our BugFest winners are. Everybody stay tuned.
All good. Yep, I'm done. I think my math is correct.
Oh my gosh. Mine is no help.
Okay. Un momento, por favor.
I have a math minor. I should have been able to do that without my calculator. I'm just lazy. Yeah, that feels good.
Okay.
See, that's now when you wish you'd all 5s because it's easier to add up.
Look, I majored in journalism because I only had to take 1 math class at Carolina. There's a reason.
Not required.
Yeah.
Journalists are great at math because they go, something doesn't add up.
never adds up.
We'll start there.
Wow. Very good. Very good.
Did it exceed your expectations?
Would you come back?
Yes.
Good.
I did see one year that they did a cicada.
Oh yeah, I was here for the cicada year.
Like that, I might leave.
I just remembered there was one year
Do you need two
where
trophies?
there were caterpillars, and somebody did a caterpillar roll, sushi roll, and they put actual caterpillars.
Oh, see, that would have been.
It was a difficult year.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
If my chef teams could join me in front of the tables, it is time to award this year's Critter Cook-Off Champion. Before we do this, I want to say a very special thanks to our judges, Michelle, Karen, Rachel, and Nigel. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for doing such a fantastic job. Thank you to the digital media team here at the museum. Thank you to the development team and the marketing and communications team and the educational events team, particularly Abby Lewis, who helped bring today's Critter Cook-Off to all of you today. Emily's, thank you for being here with me.
Thank you for inviting me.
Unfortunately, I only have one trophy to award to either Team Ethio Indie Alkaline and Vegan or Team Solbachi. Emily's, would you care to do the honors?
Okay. Drum roll. And the winner is Chef Tonga.
Chef Tonga wins.
Oh, I want to give it to Corey, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. No. You're so sweet.
Congratulations, Chef Tonga. Team Solbachi, Corey, Tasha, thank you so much for competing today as well. Big round of applause for both of our chefs' team, doing a fantastic job. How do you feel?
I feel good, but wow, I can't believe this. I mean, I went up against Solbachi. Do you know who that is?
I will tell you, we were doing the math over there, and we were watching the numbers come in, and it was so close. Chef Tonga won by 1 point. One single point. So congratulations.
Totally do it again.
Especially that brisket, right?
Nah, it's all good.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Congratulations. Hey everybody. Thanks for coming today. Thanks for tuning in and watching the BugFest Critter Cook-Off. Big round of applause for the museum. Thank you to all of you for being out here today for another edition of this program this year. Don't forget, BugFest begins tomorrow, September 16th at 10 a.m. I hope that everybody out there can come and be a part of what's going on here at the museum tomorrow for our annual celebration. It's going to be a blast. Come and see us. If you see us around the museum, say hi. Come take advantage of your Museum of Natural Sciences right here in Raleigh, North Carolina. On behalf of everyone here at the museum, our judges, and our chef teams, thanks everybody. Take care, be kind. We'll see you again soon.
Oh my goodness gracious. I literally had the same score for both of them.